Hello, Virgo. Welcome to the solar eclipse in Libra. This is going to be your reading for this solar eclipse. I hope you're doing well. So, just to kind of touch on some of the astrology before we get into the cards today, we have the solar eclipse happening in your second house that has to do with all things that are yours, your income, your possessions, credit. Even kind of like your values and systems, as well as like assistance and people that are there to help you out and assist you as well. Um, Being in Libra, it can really focus in on that. Who is there to kind of be your support system? Who's there to help you, as well as self esteem. I think because we have Mercury there during, in your second house during this eclipse, there can be new jobs that come up or new um, side hustles or new kind of ways of making money or trying to figure out new ways of making money that possibly happen to do with writing or some sort of communication, or just very much a emphasis on expressing your values to the relationships around you and telling people that you actually need help on things to juggle things. I say this also because we have the ruler of this eclipse, Venus, in your third house in Scorpio. And so it's a lot about talking, but it can also be a lot about changing your mind as far as what you want to do, as far as bringing in income, changing your mind as far as the people that you have around you, or just making new connections as far as I need a better support system, or I feel like I need more resources, more money. And so I'm doing a lot more talking or communicating with those around me and networking to be able to find those resources as well. Now, Venus doesn't only rule over your second house, but it also has to do with your ninth house. And so it can be, in order to find something new as far as finances and resources and even relationships, you really have to travel far or kind of maybe even learn something new, learn a new, start studying. Going back to school can be something that we see, investing in going back to school, possibly needing to take out loans or, do some sort of payment plan, reorganize finances can be something that you see a lot during this eclipse in particular in your second house, but it can be like a very much like a weighing thing. Be like, okay, if I want this, then I might need to give up this kind of thing is what I'm seeing mostly for the astrology for Virgo in this eclipse. So let's get into the cards. So for the cards, I have the Two of Wands, which is very much like a card of progression, moving forward in something. It can be, I see it very much as like, okay, I have already built this and I'm very comfortable with this. This is like comfort zone, but you're like, it's that aha moment to say, okay, I'm not being pushed out of my comfort zone. I want better. And so therefore I'm going to go find better. And so the Two of Wands is really there to say, okay, I feel like I'm in a stable position to be able to want to adventure and learn something new, find something better. And you really have the energy to do that. We have the Strength card next. No journeys are easy journeys, especially when it does come to change and changing your mind on things. It's a struggle sometimes when you don't have all the answers to all the questions that you might have. Strength card is a lot about emotional endurance. And so it can be a process that maybe takes a bit longer than what you expect. You do have Saturn in your seventh house that talks a lot about relationships. I think it's more about having the discernment to find the relationships that are meant to last. And that isn't easy. You can have a lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of friends. And so just being very, I think for all of the signs in particular, but for you in particular, really just being very discerning as far as who you let in to help you and why. We do have the star card coming up right after that. The star card is like your hopes, dreams, and wishes. What do you want to achieve? The star card can be also about like things and chance opportunities that come up that you maybe were not expecting, or results that are coming up because of the bravery that it took to take the risk to venture for something better. And from that comes the star card, the hopes, dreams, and wishes being fulfilled. And lastly, we have the world card that comes up right after it. The world card is an ending of one cycle to start into another beginning. And with this eclipse in particular, Yes, it's a solar eclipse. And so, yes, we're seeing new relationships, new assistants, new resources come in for you in a very Venusian way, and new values, which can very much change the relationships that you hold nearest and dearest. But it's also a eclipse that does have a lot to do with the South Node. Obviously, Libra is the South Node, and so it's about leaving something behind. Also, we have Mercury and Lilith conjunct during this eclipse, and so it's very much like, is the risk of something better than what I have right now? Would I rather be alone and walk this road alone rather than where I'm at right now? That is, and that's going to cause some endings. Face those endings with bravery. Be willing to take the risks that you need to be able to find a new security, a new sanctuary, and I think you will come out on top. But that is your reading, Virgo.